Experience has taught me that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to diet. That said, a diet that consists primarily of ultra-processed food-like substances is probably not good for anyone. Speaking for myself, I've spent the majority of my life following the standard American diet, acronym SAD. My version of SAD included a considerable amount of ultra and highly processed foods such as breads, cereals, pastries, fries, potato chips, hydrogenated vegetable oils, fruit juices, sodas and diet sodas. While on SAD, my serum triglyceride level, the amount of fat in the bloodstream, had slowly crept up over time until it was finally flagged at 567 mg per deciliter in my early 50s. The upper limit of the reference range for trigs is 150 mg per deciliter. So, my triglycerides were sky high. High triglycerides are a major risk factor for heart disease, especially when HDL-C or good cholesterol is low, which fortunately mine wasn't. My doctor prescribed a drug which during the first 2 years dropped my triglycerides to 149, which was at the upper limit of the healthy range. In my first attempt to reduce my triglycerides, I decided to dramatically cut my fat consumption because I surmised that dietary fat was the cause of my high triglycerides. Makes sense, right? But much to my surprise, after 3 years of consuming mostly low-fat and fat-free foods, my triglycerides rose further to 178. What's worse is that my fasting glucose had risen to 139, placing me in the pre-diabetic category. So, to avoid being prescribed more meds, I decided to try a plant-based diet because it seemed like a more natural and healthy approach. But again, to my surprise, after eating this way for 2 years, my triglycerides rose to 275. So, in my desperate search for my optimal diet, I stumbled on a YouTube video by Stephen Phinney, MD, PhD. He was promoting a way of eating that he called nutritional ketosis. Further research into this led me to the keto diet, which is an ultra-low carb, high-fat, moderate protein diet. This seemed counterintuitive to me because how could eating a high-fat diet help lower the amount of fat in my blood? But numerous sources claimed that the keto diet often lowers triglycerides, so I decided to give it a try. That was in October of 2018. I've never looked back since. After less than a year of following the keto diet, my triglycerides plummeted to 70. I was blown away. When I was following SAD, low-fat, and plant-based diets, I was frequently flooding my bloodstream with glucose, also called blood sugar. Glucose is a breakdown product of carbohydrates. This triggered my pancreas to excrete the hormone, insulin, which ushered the excess, unused glucose into fat cells where it was converted into stored fat. The accumulation of stored fat may have helped maintain high levels of fat in my bloodstream. You're probably wondering why insulin is enabling fat to build up. After all, fat buildup is a bad thing, right? Not necessarily, because paleoanthropologists surmise that our ancient ancestors often experienced extended periods of famine because fast food restaurants and grocery stores didn't exist back then. So stored fat helped them survive those famines, and they passed those genes down to us. The problem now though, is that most of us do at fast food restaurants and grocery stores in or near our neighborhoods, and those stores are filled with cheap, carb-laden, ultra-processed foods. But fat buildup isn't insulin's sole purpose. Insulin also prevents sugar from lingering in the bloodstream because glucose acts like glue, causing lipids and proteins to stick together by a process called glycation. These sticky dysfunctional molecules are called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Excessive buildup of AGEs is especially damaging to small blood vessels called capillaries. AGEs are a contributing factor to metabolic maladies such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, vascular damage, neurological disease, and vision loss. So, when I drastically cut my carb intake and started eating more fat, I forced my metabolism to primarily burn ketones which are derived from fats, because the alternative fuel, namely blood sugar from carbs, had dropped significantly. The liver can make carbs and store them as glycogen, so theoretically we don't need to eat carbs. People who follow a strict carnivore diet don't eat carbs. This may seem extreme, but I've heard numerous testimonials from people who report phenomenal health benefits from eating a carnivore diet. Again, there is no single diet that is optimal for everyone. The keto diet may or may not be your best approach to achieving your health goals, but if this video helps just a handful of people improve their overall health by optimizing their diet, it will have accomplished its goal. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more similar content from this channel in the future, please take a few seconds to like and subscribe. If you have specific suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments section below. Also, to avoid missing out on future releases, please remember to click the notifications bell. Have a great day.